At Alabama Housing Finance Authority, we're proud to work alongside homeownership experts who guide families toward the dream of homeownership. Today, we spotlight a duo who bring both expertise and heart, a husband and wife team making a lasting impact in real estate and lending.
Hey everybody, I'm Diana Will. Welcome to Mortgage Wright. I am a senior loan officer in the industry in Greater Birmingham, but I serve the entire Southeast area. I have been in the business since 2018, and one of my favorite things about doing mortgages is helping first-time home buyers get into properties that they love and change the trajectory of their families and their futures.
Hey, I'm Jason Will. I'm the qualifying broker at Blueprint Realty Company. I'm also an active real estate broker / agent, however you want to quantify that. I got my start back in Tampa, Florida in 2004. At that time, I was teaching school, and Diana, my wife, and I were in the process of preparing to buy our first home, and we had the best real estate agent. She was just like a mom, so caring, just a true advocate, and she just pulled me aside one day and said, "Hey, Jason, I think you ought to consider getting into real estate. I think you'd be really good at it." And so at first, I just thought about it as a part-time gig, and spring break rolled around and I didn't have any money to travel, and Diana was working, so I was like, let me just get my real estate license, and didn't do anything with it until the summer of that year, and made about $8,000 that first summer, and I could not stop thinking about real estate after that. But in 2018, we really started working together with you on the mortgage side, me on the real estate sales side. And that was a hard loss, losing you like as a business partner. But what I gained was a mortgage lender that wasn't trying to push a square peg through a round hole.
Really, the reason I got into mortgage lending was because I sold real estate. Sold real estate at a high level for a really long time. I was our qualifying broker, transaction coordinator, a buyer's agent on a team, and I really felt like there was a gap in the industry. I wanted better customer service and a better process, and I struggled finding that. And so I really just decided I was going to do it myself. I am a builder. I love math. I love putting pieces together. And so really it was a natural fit for me to transition from real estate brokerage ownership to serving a community that I really, really love in a different capacity, where I could build something of my own and come alongside a community really that I had served for a long time. So I decided to make the transition in 2018, and I really hit the ground running. I have been awarded lots of really fun things, but I think what really makes me special in the industry is that I have sold real estate. I know what goes into it. I know what these realtors do. I know what their days look like. And so I really get to be a complement to come alongside a really cool industry and really cool people that I already know, like, and trust and want to do business with. So we work closely together, yes, which I love, and I appreciate you so much. Every Alabama housing story to me is special. Seeing people overcome all the different things that there yes. is with home ownership. I mean, buying a home is scary.
It is.
And it doesn't have to be, but it is scary, and people a lot of times don't want to take the first step. Yes. But one of my favorite stories is Jason and I actually had some friends reach out. She wanted to get pre-approved. We got her pre-approved. They lost out on a couple houses, some resale houses. Yeah. And he was like, I don't want to tell you this, but they're going to go look at new construction. And I was like, that's okay, you know.
Yeah.
But I knew their story. Yes. And so I knew that they really, really didn't want to put money down. So I said, that's okay. And I said, but I can do Alabama housing on that house and get you in with no money down, and you can keep the cash. So I was able to keep them.
That's awesome.
And get them in with Alabama housing. I didn't lose the client. They still bought new construction, but they got to keep that $12,000, which was their nest egg. They're newlyweds.
Yes,
they bought their first house, and they really wanted they wanted to spend it on trash cans and couches. And I get that, you know, like cash is hard to come by these days. Life is expensive. So, you know, really being able to take these first-time home buyers in any situation and pop them into Alabama housing with no cash to close.
Yes.
And they're so happy and they're so grateful. And they've just made their first payment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
My favorite part of helping people buy their home, really for me, it's their first home. I love first-time home buyers because they're so humble, they're so grateful, and it's really a joyful event. I mean, it's rare that I don't get a hug at the closing table or a high five, but the big smile on their face as they're signing the papers, I mean, that right there is worth its weight in gold. I'm so grateful to Alabama Housing and their loan programs. I know my clients are too, because in most cases, it's been the only option that they can rely on to help them buy that first home and really start building wealth, but really the pride that they feel and that you see and the emotion that they exude to this process is one that's very heartwarming. So my goal is to get out this information as much as possible. So I'm constantly promoting Alabama Housing, telling people about it, word of mouth, grassroots, just trying to get the message out there that this loan program has helped, I think, over like 70 or 80,000 folks in the state of Alabama become homeowners, and that's just the blessing that is beyond measure.
One thing that people may not know about me, which I hope they do know about me, is last year I started a hobby. My coach said, "What's your hobby?" And I was like, "Work and kids." And she was like, "That's not a hobby." She said, "What's your hobby?" And so I actually started a little earring business. And so I make leather feather earrings. I'm Alabama Feather Co. And it's just kind of my signature. So I wear feathers every single day and I make them, and all of my friends wear them too. So check me out on Instagram. I'm Alabama Feather Co. I think one thing that clients really love about working with us both is that it really is cohesive. You don't have to call the realtor and call the lender. You know, we're in communication all the time about what they're looking for, what they need, what their time frame is, if we're ready to go. And so it just keeps the process really, really smooth, I think.
Yeah, I would just say trust too. I mean, for them to have trust around the financial aspect of this is just so huge, because they come into this looking for the home, right? Looking for the home they're going to buy, not second guessing whether they should be doing this or not. It's like, I feel so good about this process. I'm going to do it. I know, can I afford it? I know Diana's got my back. And then what I try to do is just look for things that they don't know what to look for. And to have it on the financial side and the sales side is just, it's a great combination.
A no obligation consultation really is your very best first step, and I'd love the opportunity to chat with you. I really am no pressure. Give me a call at 251-508-1336 or visit my website at www.dianawillteam.com. Would love to connect with you about your home buying journey.
All right, so if you're thinking about buying a home in the months ahead, and you're looking for an advocate, somebody that is really going to be looking out for your best interest, that you can trust, that's really going to treat you like a family member, please consider reaching out to me. You can call or text me anytime. It's 251-583-9728, and you can start looking for properties online right now via my website, jasonwill.com.